Right after me and Zeno were done having fun on Earth, and I even created Zeno, another version of himself, and both of them wanted to see me in a tournament against Universe 9, and because I knew they both loved me like a best friend I agreed to their tournament. But before that, something happened on Earth. A new android showed up on Earth, one I was unaware of in another one of Dr. Jero's hidden bunkers. Her name is Android 21. Unlike the others, she is very unique, and when I saw her for the very first time my heart skipped a beat and absolute devotion and attraction activated in me like a raging inferno. And when she saw me she couldn't help herself. She wants me because now I am a literal sex god, and she teleported us into a secret dimension of hers, and she kissed me passionately, and she ripped my clothes violently, and she took off my pants very quickly before magically removing all he clothes, and then she sucked my member ravenously in her Majin Buu form, and then she continued sucking my member, swallowing so much of my semen that my mind broke and I had a massive orgasm, and then we both had sex in every sexual position imaginable for millions of years. I gave her double penetration for 4 million years, and even while she was pregnant I didn't want to stop having sex with her. I truly loved this woman almost as much as Vados, but they are both my favorites. Heck, I love all my wives, but I just know there's something special about Android 21. I rubbed her pregnant belly while she's in her human form, and I was still naked and making love to her, and since I now have the powers to create anything, and I've had these powers since I was very young at the start of the Dragon Ball series and Dragon Ball Z, I was able to feed her plenty of food even in her Majin Buu form, and I said, I love you so much baby, I can't stop having sex with you, I want to make love to you all the time baby. And she said, when I first saw you I knew I liked you even though you were acting all heroic confronting me for causing trouble, and I wanted to turn you into candy and eat you and kill you. I couldn't resist you, I knew I wanted to have sex with you and do whatever you tell me to, I just can't help myself. Flashback, I had just received words from Bulma and the other Z fighters that a new threat had shown up in my city, Goku City, and she looks like a female version of Majin Buu. And then I smiled and I even got incredibly aroused when I realized that I was wrong. I will be having more wives after all, and then I couldn't help myself. I teleported to her immediately and I confronted her heroically, but something happened to me because I was already very aroused by the thought of making love to Android 21. My absolute devotion and attraction activated inside me like a raging inferno involuntarily, and even my wives sensed it and they all flew where I am waiting just outside the pocket dimension where me and Android 21 decided to go. Flashback ends, and I said, oh my god darling, we have been in here for millions of years and you had many of my children, about 5,000 of them, and I even had to make sure that they didn't turn out evil or anything, so I took care of that problem and I made sure I used my magic and powers to turn my children into good people, and I gave them all my infinite knowledge and they grew rapidly because they are Majins with unique physiology and incredible magical powers. Mine and Android 21's children are very special, and right after we exited the dimension where we were at I saw my other wives and I said, my loves, what are you doing? And they said, please make love to us, we want you now husband please. And then I made love to all my wives in my pocket dimension, and then I also gave Vados some extra attention. I gave all my women the best sexual experience of their lives. I even gave them all double penetration for millions of years, and since I already made sure that all my wives were now immortal I didn't worry about them aging, so by time I was done having sex with my wives for millions of years in my timeless pocket dimension that I created just for situations like this, I continued having sex with my wives until finally we all passed out and slept for millions of years, and when we woke up we were all very hungry, and luckily I overdid it creating food and water with my wishes before, and I used my magical unlimited food dinner plate that's also indestructible and my invincible survival water bottle for all my flavored beverages, and I ate plenty of food and I fed all my wives with my powers, and so did my magical clones that I used to give all my wives double penetration, and then my powers of absolute devotion and attraction wore off and they all said, we don't ever want to leave your side, we want to go with you everywhere from now on my love. And I said, okay, I have no problem with that, and Vados said, I definitely will have to go back to Champa to do my duties, so I gave my wife Vados my magical cloning technique so she don't have to worry.